Ladies, gentlemen, fellow mutants, we are alive. Three brothers. Nope, sorry, take that back.
Nope.
Two brothers, and man, it's gonna be a dry episode because we ain't got no milk.
This may be the episode. We have no moral compass guiding us, Rich. This is the one that may get us actually canceled.
I don't know about cancel, but we'll try. I'll try to keep it reined in as good as that's going to be. I don't know, man, because we might just go crazy on this one. We hear the two moistest brothers you know.
Pause.
Pause. No Diddy. We got Chris St. Victor, and then there's me, Rich, the critical one. And this is Three Brothers and a Shot of Milk, lacking one brother and milk. So yeah, but we still moist though. We still
out here in these streets, Rich.
You know, we still doing things. But Chris, what's going on with you, man? How's your week? What's going on? What you been reading, watching? I don't know, playing.
Did I tell you guys about Duke, the G.I. Joe comic book I've been reading?
Yeah. How's that going?
It's pretty good. Been doing that. I've been reading those. I put wheels. I did big brake kit on the Corvette.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think what else. And then I did like the Bilstein shocks on it. So it's in the garage now.
Okay.
Almost done. About to button it up, but it should be pretty good. And that is about it for my week. I watched Agatha All Along, which was a pleasant surprise. I'm sure we'll review. You didn't like it?
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying.
I dug it, man. I liked it. First of all, I have a thing for Catherine Hahn. I like Catherine
Hahn. All I'm going to say is, why is she playing a cop like that?
I think it's left over from Wanda.
It's a horrible cop, regardless.
Did you finish watching it?
I watched episode 1. I didn't finish all of episode 1. I'm like halfway through.
Okay.
I'm at the point where they're kind of breaking the spell on her.
Okay, so they obviously break the spell and they actually start the actual the plot of the show eventually. So it's good. I'm digging it.
It doesn't make sense. I'm just saying. I'm just going to go ahead and say. And the fact of the matter is, first of all, I forgot most of, if not 90% of, what you call WandaVision. So I'm just saying, like, why is she still in the spell? Why is she still? You know what? Spoiler. Why is she still in the spell? But apparently everyone else is not in the spell with her, and they're just lying to her the whole time.
They know because she's like Wanda's like Voldemort. She's the one who won't be spoken because her black neighbor next door was like, we don't mention her name here.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So the spell's broken. You guys are back to your normal lives. So why are we still lying to Agatha?
I don't know. But when she has an epiphany, walks around butt naked though.
Yeah, and apparently kids are like watching her while she's doing. Yeah, no, Disney's on point. They're on brand. Yeah. They're on brand with this stuff.
There you go.
Yeah. That's great. I watched a little bit of Agatha. What else? I watched Bodies. While I was in the middle of watching Bodies while I was setting this up. Man, new age stuff. Maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe that's it. I'm getting old. This new age stuff, bro, it's just weird. Like they try to do this whole, social justice stuff and like, oh, well, you're rich, but you're rich too, but you're richer than rich. Oh, no, you're not rich. Your parents are upper middle class. I'm like, what is this? What am I watching right now? Just
what up, Connie Alaska?
A whole bunch of crap. Connie, what's going on? How you doing? That's really what else I've been doing. I've been playing Darktide, Warhammer 40K. Been playing that.
Okay.
Usual Call of Duty's gone on a new season, so it's spooky season now. So it's all like Halloween stuff, and
Oh, there we go.
I don't know who's over there on Call of Duty, but whoever said that, hey, have you ever wanted to play a 2 hour long Resurgence map? Yeah, we got that for you. And when I tell you it's all of 2 hours long, I was like, what are we doing? What is the goal here?
Right.
Nothing. It's just pretty much going in there and just getting as much points as you can and getting out and leveling your stuff up. But I was literally sitting there fighting in one area for like 30 minutes. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I looked at the time like, yo, 2 hours have passed.
That makes me feel old because I have no idea what's going on in that new Warzone. I don't know what to do. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you can just jump into Warzone. Warzone ain't new anymore.
Yeah. Hey,
I mean,
hey.
they got new elements, and they got the zombie Warzone now, so you can run around as a zombie, or you can just play regular Warzone like you usually do, and then the multiplayer stuff.
Yeah.
What else we got? That's it. That's all I did. Diablo and just working, trying not to get kicked out. Actually,
Well, Delta, what's up with your warrant? You
I'm
good?
never going to get kicked out. I don't know yet. I'm low key kind of scared to check, but at the same time, I'm like, I kind of need to figure this out.
Yeah, you probably should figure it out.
I kind of predict that because they give you 2 pages for the ticket, right? They give you one page with the ticket itself and all your information on it, and then the other page was kind of like why they pulled you over. Right. So it doesn't have like if he put my address in there right, because I'm thinking maybe he put my address wrong. Because if you don't put my apartment number in there, it goes to the house down the street. So that could be the issue. I don't know. Well, I got to figure it out though. Like I said, I don't want to move to Texas and get pulled over for speeding.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a warrant for your arrest.
Yeah. Wow, you're on time, not late. Great job, boys. There's only 2 of us to wrangle in C23.
Only 2 of us, and I'm hosting, so I try to get everyone here on time, even though they don't listen. Yep. CP time is real strong here.
Jack is running CPT. He's hanging out with the brothers too long.
They don't say that. I'm always on time. Sometimes, most of the time, 99% of the time, I'm on time. 50% of the time. Okay. But yeah, listen. Good weeks. I got a joke. Actually, I don't have a joke. Yo, do me a favor. This is going to be the only time I ask you.
Don't worry, I got you.
Ask the Overlord what the joke is for today. Jeez.
There we go. Alexa, tell me a joke about RoboCop.
I don't have a joke about that.
No, thanks for nothing. Alexa, tell me a joke about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I don't have a joke about that.
Damn. Alexa, tell me a joke about G.I. Joe.
I don't have a joke about that.
Oh, one last time.
I love it.
Alexa, tell me a joke about Pokemon.
Why did Jigglypuff go to the gym?
Why?
To get wiggly tough.
Oh,
jeez. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. The best part is trying to get a joke out of it. That was
surprised.
That was actually good.
He gave an unprompted joke.
Yeah, just like we're gonna give you what you don't want.
Exactly.
I want to give it to you. All right. Well then, what's next? We're gonna head down the street, cut the corner, run all the stop signs and all the lights. I know there's some deaf kids playing on that street, but just ignore that as well. We're gonna hit the bodega real quick to get some drinks, and then we're gonna arrive at the Collector's Corner.
It's show and tell time.
Here in the Collector's Corner, we dig into a toy chest on our shelves, maybe something hot off the press or the printer, and we show the thing that makes us happy. The things that make us happy.
Sure, why not? They all make us happy.
It all makes sense.
Before we start, etc. had a comment. Before we start, Rich, etc. said, Rich, you're not the only one who had an issue with some of these first-person shooters. I'm finding it hard to play Call of Duty Black Ops 3. That's why I find myself jumping back to GoldenEye on 64. I mean, you can never go wrong with GoldenEye.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. Black Ops 3, I've been seeing you playing at Black Ops 3. I mean, what's your issue on Black Ops 3, though? Like, what could be going on? I doubt they're just making new content for the thing. You got issues with, like, the servers, the players, or what?
Yeah.
But, Chris, what you got? Chris?
Oh, so look what I copped. I copped the MetaQuest 3.
MetaQuest 3. Oh, did you buy that? You buy that strap there, the
Yeah.
attachment. and everything?
So here's what happened: is
Yeah.
don't buy these things brand new because there's because anyone I think we all have it except for Jack, and it's
Yeah.
all sits on our shelf.
Yep.
So it's
Yeah.
not just us; it's a ton of people who buy it and don't use it.
I got
So
mine as a gift.
yeah, I got mine super cheap on Marketplace.
Okay.
So because I got it used, is I replaced this piece, the face piece with
Yeah, that's a
the
must. Yes.
with the silicone, and I changed the strap. Anything that touches your face or your head, I replace.
Yeah.
So I changed it for the Elite strap, which has a thing on the back.
Yeah,
But
little ratchet joint. Yeah, I got that too.
it's dope.
It does.
But what I'm gonna tell you is this: it's the augmented reality is actually really cool, and you can actually just walk around with it. Like I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you and I'm looking at myself, and I see my hands like highlighted, but
Yeah.
I can read the comments. You know, the quality could be better. It's not as good as the Apple, but I can read my phone. I can read text on my phone while wearing it. I can
Okay.
I can kind of type. Yeah, I can read the text on my computer if I make it a little bit bigger, but it's cool. I'm digging it. I've been playing Ghostbusters on it, and I got it because Rich was like, "Yo, there's a new Batman game coming, Batman exclusive coming out for Meta for Meta. We gotta dust them off." Then I realized it's only for Quest 3, so
Oh. Okay.
yeah,
Well,
so
yeah, I guess you'll be the only one enjoying that.
yeah.
All right. Cool.
Etc. said, Chris, I'm not sure if you saw my message on Facebook Messenger, but I saw a Batman Beyond figure at Walmart. My wife was there today, and I still have the other one, so keep your eyes open, etc. I need that figure in my life. I'm gonna go check out. I checked the Walmart by me. There's a Walmart every 10 miles here in Texas, so I'm gonna check a couple of them and see what I can find. But I was digging that one you found. I'm gonna find one and I'm gonna buy it. But Rich, what do you got?
I got nothing. I mean, I got stuff on the shelf, but y'all seen most of that. But I'll tell you what I did get.
What?
This is literally just for me. While I was looking at my paying the bills and whatnot, I realized, I got a little bit of points on my Amazon card, and you can only use it on Amazon. So I bought me this because Amazon Day. See these right here.
Yo, that's dope.
You see these right here? Yeah, I love little gadgets, man. But it's just, I got me some little lights. What y'all don't realize or know that I have my regular lamp in my room, whatever. But sometimes I don't even turn that on. I'll turn on like these lights, and I'll just turn them straight white, and that will light up everything that I need to see because I'm usually over in this area anyway until I go to bed. So
How much was that?
this was 117. I'm looking at the wrong camera. 117.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and it got different, just like the strips. They got different little different scenarios you can put up there, whatever, different scenes. They don't really look that good on camera, which is kind of disappointing. But they look good in person, and that's what really matters. It might be the camera too, but you can sit there. You download the app. You can sit there, pop, different this little romantic joint.
Yes.
Movies.
Okay.
If anyone has epilepsy, please cover your eyes now. We get a little.
Yo.
Yeah.
And can you arrange the shoot?
What, the configuration, the shapes?
Yeah.
So with that, this is a pre-designed shape. So you can go there and put it in there, and it'll tell you it'll go through the steps by step of setting it all up and testing the lights, and then you can set your own up. So this right here is a 10-piece one. So you can set it up how you want, and then program it, and it can light up the way you want it to light up, and how the colors flow and everything like that. And most of this right here, this one's a preset design, and I just use their programmed lights. I can change the speed and the brightness of it, and yeah, it's pretty dope. I like it. I like a little crap like this, so
I like that
I'm
too.
happy with it. But yeah, and also you could just, like I said, you could use these as just straight up lights if you want.
Yeah.
If you don't feel like turning all the lights on.
How'd you mount it to the wall?
They come with a little double-sided tape on it already.
Yeah.
So all you do is take the tape off, mount it up. It comes with like a little bubble level. Put it on there, hold it down for like 30 seconds, and then boom, it stays up there. I mean, obviously wipe the surface down, make sure there's no dirt or anything. And then that's it. And you just put them all together. And as you put them together, you kind of hook them up. You always remember to hook each one up, and then it tests the lights out. You go through like a whole little test mode, and that's it, man.
Yeah, I'm digging
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's pretty dope. It's
I'm
pretty dope.
gonna bite your style and take that.
Like, go ahead, take it.
Dude, I might. I think I'm going to. In fact, put it in my living room. That's pretty dope.
Oh no, I'm about to say the other camera just die on me. Anyway, so yeah, listen, that was a great pickup right there, Chris. I don't. I'm not even going to mess with any more virtual things because I barely use this one. Like this thing just sits here, literally collects dust. I did an update on it like a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't even put it on the plate. I just updated it.
So, look. So I was traveling a lot for work, and it was cool when I'd be in the hotel and have nothing to do, because obviously, like I'm older, I'm married, I'm not going to be out there hanging out. So
Yeah.
a lot of times I just hang out and I'll clear out the hotel room and then I'll just play Oculus. So that's what I got it. That's what I use it the most. So
all right, sounds
I'm
good.
with it. I'm with it. Pop Johnson's in the house. He says Walmart stores are like Whataburger everywhere here in Texas. He's like, Pop Johnson, you live in Denton, right? Were you the one that lives in Denton? Tell me, so I can tell our attentive listeners where you live.
All right, listen, let's move on to the next segment, which is the. Make sure I double check that. The news.
The news.
Breaking news.
Listen, I don't know if this is official news or a bit of rumors, leak rumors. Well, it's news. It's actually official news now. When I first heard it, it was a leak rumor, but now it's official news. You heard of the game Concord, right?
No.
No, it's a big Sony project, real big, real fancy. A lot of money trying to be hip with the cool kids and everything like that. It was out for like 2 weeks, and then they took it off of the Sony stores. Yeah.
Okay.
You know how much money they spent on that thing?
How much money?
$400 million.
What?
$400 million. $400 million of what they spent to make this game, and it was in stores for 2 weeks.
What was the game about?
It was pretty much a reskin of what was it? The not Fortnite. I'm forgetting the name.
Apex Legends.
Not Apex. No Apex. No, not Apex. The other one.
What was the other one?
I played it like twice.
Help us out, people. What's the other Fortnite game? The other battle royale game.
Like a squad-based game. Anyway, it was pretty much reskin of that, but a lot of the usual, or I should say the new woke propaganda, body positivity, and all this other stuff, and it didn't play well. A lot of people said that they had issues with it, and they were like, "Why am I going to play this when I can already play the other one, which, mind you, is free to play?" So it's like, why would I pay the money to play this game when I could play the one that's already been out for years?
Here's the thing. You can do whatever you want and say whatever you want and try and incorporate whatever other nonsense you want. But if your game doesn't work, that should be your number one priority. Is getting a game that works and making sure that game is not boring.
That, and also I honestly believe that with the games and also just content in general, you should make sure there's an actual audience that will sustain the content that you're putting out there. If you're putting out a niche, if you're trying to hit a niche target group and say they don't really play the games like that, they don't really watch the shows like that, who are you really selling it to? They're not going to buy it. They're not going to watch it. They're not going to play it. So why are you wasting money? So, and Sony has wasted $4 million of that.
So was it just wow? I'm looking at articles on it now. 4%, like it got a 4% rating. And here's what I don't understand is, I don't know. I don't understand a lot about.
When it came out, I think they had maybe less than 100 people playing the thing on Steam, which is low, is real low.
Wow.
No, that's not my next news. Oh, you're effing with me. Anyway. But yeah, let's. I mean, big dogs are wasting money. The head of the director, he stepped down. They said he got fired, but he said he stepped down and kind of put himself in the background. Which I don't know how he did do that. But he's still working with Sony. He's just helping supporting other other projects. I'm just like,
Damn, $400 million is a lot of
It's
money
a
to
lot.
spend, man. I don't care how big your company is. That's a lot of money, man.
Someone needs to get fired. Like,
I'm sure people did.
100%. We're getting a new cyberpunk anime. It's confirmed for Netflix. Don't see it's not Edge Runner. I'm sorry, no, it's an expansion for Netflix Edge Runner. Excuse me.
I was digging that. I like that. I like the cyberpunk.
Yeah, cyberpunk is dope.
It was
and it's going to be expansion for Edge Runner. Not really sure. I don't know how they're going to do that since David's dead. Now we're still going to talk about what's his love interest, because she got away. I mean, I think she was actually the only one that survived, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, or they might just pick up with a story from someone else's point of view.
Probably. Yeah, we got a little bit of that. Let's see here. We get Marvel TV had once a Ghost Rider show, and surprised by the version of the hero they want to use.
Why? Who are they using? They're not using Johnny Blaze, like Danny Catch or some of the other like obscure Ghost Riders.
He want to do the Danny Catch, yeah. He wants to do the Danny Catch era of Ghost Rider. Why? What's wrong with Danny Catch?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I remember Danny Catch vaguely from like other. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I think if you're gonna do, maybe it might not be a bad idea.
Hold on. I'm not familiar with the latest Ghost Riders. Danny Catch.
Yeah, he became Ghost Rider. I don't remember, but
yeah. Well, I remember this design right here. My brother had that actual figure. Actually,
yeah,
Danny. I guess that's the one. Yeah, Danny Catch figure. He got the because I remember he had that bike. Okay, I mean, it is what it is. I'll give it a try.
Yeah, I'm down.
No, we're not talking about you. What? What's the matter? You got any news?
Let's see. Aubrey Plaza said that Agatha all along will be Marvel's gayest project.
They all said that. I've seen some of those interviews, and I was like, man, okay.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, look. This is what we always say. If you're just doing it for the sake of just shock value, or just doing it for the sake of appeasing whatever group you're appeasing, it's going to be trash. But if you're doing it because it's an essential part of the story, which I don't know how it could be, but
even if it's not an essential part of the story, it's entertaining at least.
Yeah,
you know, that's the thing. You can't be sitting there being preachy or trying to push agendas, and the show is just bad. It's just,
that's the biggest. I mean, and that's the biggest problem I had with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that's supposed to be for us. You know, the guy got on a soapbox, was talking about black equality, and it felt just so preachy and so like forced. I'm like, who are you helping here, bro? Like, it's not. I don't need to hear this from you. So
I'll tell you what, though, Aubrey Plaza, when I saw her in that, there was a couple of scenes where I was like, I could change her. When she showed her true self, I was like, I could change her. I could change her. And then when she got choked and she kind of had a smile on her face, I'm like, I could change you. I could change you, girl. It was. I was like, listen, I don't care what's happening at this point in time. I'm in for it. We got a new title and plot details for Black Panther. Ryan Coogler's mysterious vampire movie reveal. Okay. Okay, stop. I don't want to buy it. I don't want to subscribe.
Hunter Iggy says, what's your thoughts on Zack Snyder's verse going to Universal and Comcast? I think it's a power play. I think it was probably always meant to go over there. It's just licensing. I think they're gonna make a ton of money. They could just squeeze more money and more life out of existing property. So I'm not mad at that for that. I'm not mad at them for that.
Yeah, I mean, good for him. I mean, get a check, I guess. Just I mean, because we already know the Zack Snyder's gameplay, right? We're gonna pull out the incomplete version of the thing, then we're gonna pull the 4-hour version of it that fills all the gaps. And
exactly.
we're a bunch of idiots because we're all going to watch it anyway, and they make money, they get streams.
Give me 1 second. This dog. Again, she's acting up. She likes to go through stuff and chew stuff while I'm doing this because I'm not paying attention to her. She does it on purpose.
Sounds like she needs to be kicked out the room.
That's what's going to happen.
Yelling.
Yeah. I muted my yelling in my animal abuse. I love my damn dog. I love this dog.
Pretty much what the new Black Panther. Yeah, details on the Black Panther's 30-set movie. It's set in the 30s, excuse me. It's following twin brothers. Whoa, it will star Michael B. Jordan in the lead roles. Okay. Yeah.
You know what's funny? You know, remember when Michael B. Jordan when he at the end of the first Black Panther movie where he's like, throw me in the ocean like my ancestors, so I can be my ancestors. Remember that? Yeah. Remember that he said that?
I remember that. Yes.
So there's this guy that drives around that he has a bunch of quotes on his car, and he has that quote on his car. And I thought I looked at it and I was like, you know what? Like, he was the bad guy, but was he really the bad guy? Like, it was like what he said at that moment was so like poignant. I was like, damn.
It went hard. I'm not gonna hold you. It went hard. Right? I haven't really sat down and really thought about it. But the whole, throw me in it. I don't believe did they actually try to kill themselves? Sorry.
No. He just didn't allow himself to be saved.
Okay.
That's what happened. The last dance. I got some rumors from the rumor mill.
Hold on. The story is called. Well, the title is called Sinners. Okay. Michael B. Jordan will be playing twin brothers, and pretty much twin brothers. They live a troubled life. They return to their hometown to start again, only to discover that even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I don't know how this is. Oh, I'm sorry, I read this wrong. It's a new story and plot from the director of Black Panther, from the Black Panther director. This is not Black Panther, excuse me. But the movie title is called Sinners. So we'll see what's going on with that. Looks like they might have vampires in that jet. Yeah, vampires. Anyway, yeah. What you got rumors? What rumors you have?
I got from the rumor mill. Matt Reeves confirms the Batman Part 2 script is complete and filming will begin early next year. Ridley Scott is planning a Gladiator 3. There's already an idea. Venom: The Last Dance, maybe rated R.
Wait, did Gladiator 2 even come out yet? Did I
no, but we have the previews for Gladiator 2 with Denzel.
Right.
Yeah, but they're supposed to they're Gladiator 3. They're already in the planning of the works Gladiator 3.
Okay, that's all right. We'll see how that works out. Cool.
So, they leaked the new Garfield Nickelodeon property. It looks all right. And then, Oscar Isaac is going to be in Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, and there was some leaked pictures of him on set.
Okay. Do we have any of those?
Yeah. Do you want to share them?
Yeah, let's go.
So anything Guillermo del Toro does is dope. So check it out.
Okay. I'm assuming that's the Doctor.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's the Doctor.
Okay. All right.
Pretty dope. Pretty dope. And then the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover is confirmed, and the script is in development.
Nice. I know you're down for that.
I'm definitely reading it right now.
Did you look at the trailer I sent you for the Mickey 17?
I did not watch it. When you said to me, I was putting this kid to sleep.
Yeah, pretty sure y'all didn't watch it. Anyway, I find it interesting. It's pretty much a space. They're on another planet. Earth has struck out onto the universe, the galactics, and pretty much what you can do is, in order to get off the planet, you don't have to be rich and famous or just rich and well off. You can, be an expendable, which you essentially they'll duplicate your mind and clone your body. So you go out there, do all the hard labor, see the galaxy, and if you end up dying while helping out expanding, then they just reclone you. And
Huh.
from the trailer, this guy was cloned I think 17 times.
Well, I would lend the name to Mickey 17.
Yeah, so he was cloned so much that they were just expecting him to die every time he goes out there. And apparently from the trailer, they already recloned him, and because they thought he died, but they ended up saving him. So now two of them are around, and there's like a strict policy: you can't have multiple clones. And if there's multiple clones out there, that means everyone has to die, which I find that kind of ridiculous. But
Right.
it looks like it's going to be a good time. I'm all for a good sci-fi, and
Huh.
especially the whole cloning thing. I like that.
Yeah, cloning stuff is cool. I'm down to watch it.
It's like that. What's that?
Oh, that
Netflix.
the Prestige.
No, not the Prestige. Netflix though. Where they were doing the clone stuff too, with the mind. They got the chips that go in the back of their brains, in
I
the back
never
of the
watched.
brainstem. Nah,
Nah.
altered carbon.
Yeah, I never watched. I don't know about. Wasn't who's the guy? The little Anthony Mackie in it?
He was on season 2. That wasn't that good. But season 1 was like, because it was a dope little concept. I was like, yeah, I'm digging this, because everyone has access to this. But obviously, the richer you are, the better your access is, and the higher
Right.
quality it is. Versus if you're poor, you can come back, but you might come back. Actually, no, you can come back, but you'll take over the body of like an ex-convict.
Huh.
Someone, yeah. So there was like a 13-year-old girl who died, and her mind was put into a body of like an ex-con, and the parents had to like pretty much deal with this. Like, this is
Oh,
our
shit.
daughter. It's pretty wild stuff. So you could be a dude, put your mind in the body of a woman, be a man, be a woman, put your mind in the body of a man, or mix up your bodies. And like I said, the more money you have, the better you can clone yourself or make whatever body you want. Like, you only have to put it into your own body. You can create a body how you see it, like pick and choose body parts and so on and so forth, your race, color, and this, that, and the third, and put your mind into that, and that's you. Because that's what the main character, and the same thing with Anthony Mackie. The main character was actually, I believe, he was Japanese,
Uh-huh.
and he was put in the body of of a white guy, and then on season 2, he's put in the body of Anthony Mackie. So it's pretty dope. But that guy he was like a spy. He was like a spy, and all this stuff.
Maybe
So,
maybe I will check it out because I think I watched the first episode of the first season and I just never. I think I probably fell asleep and I was like, eh.
it was good though. Like, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but by the time I
this
watch stuff, it's late. That's why.
this was also pandemic times when it came out too. So I had nothing but time for like a good 4 months.
Yeah, I dig that.
Let's look at this. Oh, we already read that one, right? The thoughts on Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder gonna get that money and make us watch everything.
Yeah, Geek Fusion.
Geek Fusion was going on. Danny Ketch is the best ghostwriter and the ghostwriter with the longest running title and held the mantle longer. Okay.
All right, so then maybe it's the right choice then.
What are your thoughts on Snyder's Bros? On the Snyder's Bros want DC and Unity? Oh, what now? I didn't hear anything about this.
Would
The
you like
Snyder Bros.
EU versus DCU, not DCU and DCU versus MCU? I'm not sure. I don't know. Was that even in the cards to have a DCU versus MCU, or are you just talking about them going up against? I'm not sure. I'm a little confused with your questioning.
What does that mean? DCU versus MCU? Is that actually a thing?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. But we've been talking about doing the amalgam stuff for years. We've been doing this podcast for years, and we've been talking about the amalgam stuff since we started this podcast. It'll be dope to have some. I don't think we'll ever get it, but it'd be dope to have, a Dark Claw or have the universes cross over. It would be super dope to see that. I don't think it'll happen though, but it'll be dope to see that. I mean, it's happened in the comics a bunch of times. I think the newest crossover now I saw was Justice League versus like King Kong and Godzilla, which it's always the same story. Like a portal opens up and the worlds collide, and it's always the same like stupid like crossover story.
The only thing I see is a story. Well, it's just a vlog. Someone just saying that how the Snyderverse could have been perfect counterpoint to the MCU. Not really saying versus.
Snyderverse is always rushed.
Do like a
MCU was built in over 20 years, and Snyderverse was rushed in like a quarter of the time. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. All right, you got any more rumors?
Nah, they got screenshots from the new Jurassic Park Rebirth, but nothing interesting. Just people leaning over cars. But
People
that's
leaning
about it.
over cars.
That's it. But we'll see. Once I get my ears to the street and get some more stuff, I'll share it with everybody.
All right.
As I pretend like I'm actually getting breaking news. I'm not.
Do you know why Catherine Hahn's character got naked in Marvel series?
Because she wanted it. She needed to be butt naked. She said
why?
It was her idea.
Yeah, but again, why?
For us, Rich. For us.
Not for that 13-year-old girl to see her on the screen.
No, Negro, for us.
Nah, I don't think it was for us. Anyway, let's go on, get her out of here. And let's have a debate. I don't even know if this is going to be a debate. It might just be a mild discussion.
All right, let's have a mild, well articulate discussion.
That's not going to happen. Anyway, wait, where'd it go? Oh, there we go. It's very short-winded. If you were to put two superheroes in a political debate, they're running for president or maybe senators, and I'll say president, right? President of the United States. You know what? Since you're here, it's just me and you. I know how you are with running the world. President of the world. Okay.
Okay. I like it.
All right. A political debate. Who would you want and why? You can only pick two. And you know what? I'll expand it to villains as well.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I'll expand it to villains as well.
I'll tell you my answer came to me in the first 30 seconds after reading this quote. After reading this question. It would definitely be Black Panther and Batman.
All right.
Because Batman, as much as I love Batman is gonna be like this typical corporate guy that does nothing for anyone. And Black Panther's stance is gonna be like, you have all the power, you have all the resources, and what have you done besides swing around and punch people in the face? It's like, I have the power, I have the resources, I built up Wakanda, and I'm punching people in the face. So what are you doing? Batman's gonna be like, yeah, you did that, but you don't share it with the world, and blah blah blah. So I think it'll be a good debate between those two. It would have to be those two. It would have to be those two with only an audience who knows their identities, and they can be free to talk without, any negative repercussions on their secret identities. Well, not so much T'Challa, but definitely for Batman.
So this would be like a secret society type of thing. Like they'll be.
It would have to be. It would have to be, because essentially T'Challa knows that Batman is Bruce Wayne, and T'Challa's stance is, "Hey, you have all the resources in the world. Why aren't you fixing Gotham from the infrastructure? Why aren't you creating programs? Why aren't you putting roads? Why aren't you doing the stuff that the people need so that they can eat? They can eat and live." So I think it'd be interesting.
I mean, technically he does, right? They have programs set up. The Wayne Foundation.
He's not involved in it.
I mean, but still, the foundation's been set up. He's still got the infrastructure there for it. And
he's not doing nothing with it, though.
I mean, he's not doing it because he set it up. They got a board of trustees and everything like that. They take care of that stuff.
But T'Challa is hands-on superheroing and running the country.
But I don't think he's really that hands-on. He's hands-on to a degree, but he also has a board in which they handle things in which he tells them to do, right?
He does. Because he changed the way they're structured, but he still has a hands-on role in it.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if T'Challa will win because he's not sharing anything but with his own people. So, like, how is he
Well,
helping the world?
that's Batman's point. Batman's point is, the Wayne Foundation helps a lot of people, but what are you doing?
I don't know, man. I feel like Batman will win because he's black. He's white. Anyway, let's go on to my stance. We're going to do Lex Luthor because why not? You know, he wants to take over the world or just the United States, point blank. And then I would put Captain America as his counter, because even though Captain America, he doesn't seem like he wants to rule the world. He does want everything to be, in order. You know what I'm saying? He wants justice for the little man and so on and so forth. So I feel like that'll be a good matchup.
Do you think Captain America can handle Lex Luthor in an argument, or is he gonna come off like a dumb jock? Is he come off like Gronk talking to like Lex Luthor?
Captain America is he's very intellectual. They just don't show that side of him. Like, he knows what he's doing. He's a strategist. You know what I'm saying?
Or is he just gonna come off like a starry-eyed like idealist? It's like, we'll save the country through patriotism and hope. And everything will be fine.
That's what people want. People want a patriot. They want a patriot. What are you talking about? Yeah, it's like, oh, this is our country.
True.
We need to get it back to the way it used to be. Back in the good old days. Boy. Okay, no, seriously. Calm down. Captain America will 100% be like, listen, we need to get back to the grassroots standards of the country, and being patriotic and all this other stuff, and looking out for our neighbors, and the well-being for everyone else, and obviously tackle education and all this other stuff. And Lex Luthor will just be like, hey, listen, I'll just throw money at it and grab it by the vagina.
There you go. That always fixes everything. Geek Fusion says Captain America versus Punisher, two very different sides of the same very American coin. That is that's a good one.
Yes.
He's like, Punisher saying, "You're not doing nothing. You're throwing a spinning disc at people, locking them up, and then what? I'm actually stopping the problem." And then Captain America would be like, "Who made you judge, jury, and executioner?" And Punisher would be like,
"I did.
I did that.
Stupid.
I am the law."
Yeah, I mean, that's different. But yes. You know what? Yes, but Punisher will get a Judge Dredd as his secretary in defense. Like,
he would have to. He would have to. That'd be a cool one.
That would be good. So pretty much, I'm gonna pull a Jack here and say that I won. Yeah, good.
No, you definitely did it. But okay, we can go.
All right, let's move on to. Oh man, this is gonna be short.
What else we got? We got nothing else. Let's just talk about the reason why we're here.
Let's talk about the reason why we're here.
Might as well.
You talking
about? We're gonna be here for a long time. We're just here for a good time, Rich.
Yeah, I might have to stream something later on. Hold on. Okay, anyway. So we're here to talk about The Penguin on Max, HBO Max, HBO, whatever you want to call it. The Penguin is a limited, I believe it's a limited series, right?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Let me get the real quick synopsis.
The official synopsis. While you do that, can I get my spoiler free?
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of TV shows based in the Batman universe. And I told Lawrence, I remember when Lawrence was telling me to watch Gotham, I always said watching Gotham is like going to your best friend's house. Your best friend is not there, but you hang out with his mom and his dad and his siblings, but your best friend isn't there. So then why would I do that? And that's how I felt watching these shows. Like, yeah, I'm in Gotham and I have everyone, but the person I really want to see is not there. But this show is not like that. This show is freaking dope. So this is the first time I didn't feel that like, yeah, this is cool, but where's Batman? I'm just digging the Penguin being his own guy. I'm all about it.
All right. All right. Synopsis: following the events of The Batman 2022, Oz Cobb, aka the Penguin, makes a play to seize the reins of the crime world in Gotham. That is spoiler free. Yeah, I enjoyed this thing. Yeah, it's one of those, you kind of want to see, you're in this world where you kind of want to see this one guy, but you get this other guy, but you're pleasantly surprised on the fact this other guy is keeping you entertained.
Yes, it's like a stylized Sopranos.
Yeah, yeah, it's a Gotham Sopranos in my opinion.
And there was some scenes where I felt like it was like Tony Soprano. It was straight up Tony Soprano.
Yeah,
The way he was
All right.
talking and everything.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's very 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 mob. Oh yes, definitely. But anyway, let's go spoiler, or let's just talk about the thing now. So yeah, we start off with pretty much Cobb. Anyway, the Penguin. We'll just say Penguin.
Yeah.
We started with Penguin overlooking Gotham in the iceberg, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so it's after. So we get like the montage because the Riddler sets off those bombs and breaks the seawall and floods and destroys a large part of the city, and they're still dealing with the fallout. And we see Oswald go to the iceberg lounge to get into the office to get. I guess Falcone had a bunch of blackmail stuff, and he went to go grab it. And then as he's there, he's walked in by his son Alberto Falcone.
Right. And we come to find out through this montage and the news, we understand that pretty much the low level or the low income side of Gotham was vastly affected and are still affected by the flooding, whereas
Isn't that how it goes?
that's how it goes, right? With the prestigious parts of Gotham, they barely got a tickle on their taint as they eat their caviar.
Right.
So we get the Penguin going to the iceberg, pulls a sledgehammer out the trunk of his car. They had that plum colored Maserati.
Ghibli. Why does he have a quattraport? Why is he driving a Ghibli for?
I don't know. I don't know much about Maserati except for they're pretty
They're
much
terrible.
Fords.
I had one. I had a quattraport. You
Yeah.
know what's funny? I bought it for like $9,000, and that thing was like, I found the original window sticker, and the original window sticker was $125,000, and I bought it.
Yeah.
It had 40,000 miles, and I bought it for $9,000.
They don't hold their value.
Dude, it's the number one most depreciating car. Viv
Yeah.
drove it around, and people thought Viv was like this rich housewife because she drove like a 15-year-old Maserati, and it's all about no one knows that this thing is worth less than a Honda Civic, but
Yeah. I mean,
it
you
was
try
cool,
try to fix that thing. It's going to cost you though.
that's why they're worth nothing. That's why they're worth.
Yeah.
That's why they're terrible.
Yeah, I was doing parts delivery for like AutoZone or something like that, and they had me go to the place on 59, the worldwide whatever.
Yeah.
They were like, "Hey, deliver this battery over there." I'm like, "All right, cool." I go to deliver the battery. No one knows why I'm here with this battery. I'm like, I call the store up. I'm like, "Why am I here?" Like, no one knows anything about this. And they were like, "Oh yeah, you know what you need to do? You need to go. There's a Maserati out there. Ask them for the keys, and you got to install the battery." I'm like, "Bro, I deliver parts. Like, my day job is fixing buses. I took this job specifically just to deliver things, so I can go home, take a quick nap, and then go back to work and actually fix things." But anyway, needless to say, I messed up that man's terminals. and I installed it, but I messed up his terminals and I got up out of there. I'm like, maybe he should have paid the $1,000 to get it done by the professionals inside.
Right.
Anyway, but yeah, so he pulls the sledgehammer out, makes his way into, mind you, I'm really feeling that the way he's doing. Farrell is doing the limp with the Penguin.
Yes, so that kind of like yields to why he's the Penguin versus having like a deformed look. Like we see, like he does the walk. He has a waddle when he walks.
He really plays that well. There's one point where he kind of lost the limp real quick, just briefly, but throughout this whole thing, he really plays that well. So he goes into the iceberg, right? It's all decrepit, flooded out, but I guess much like Gotham, the part where the lowly people stay at is decrepit, but you go up into the elevator and go upstairs to the penthouse and whatnot. It was very nice up there. It was nice. They had
Yeah.
power. Very luxurious. I guess it kind of should. I'm assuming they're trying to do the whole, where everyone else is at. It's
Of
going to be
course. I'm
crap.
looking down on you, blah blah blah.
Exactly. So he goes in and he breaks into a what looks like a wall safe or a secret door behind the wall, and he pulls out a folder which looks like it has a bunch of photos and letters. Looks like blackmail, and also
Yep.
jewels. And as he does this, Falcone's son, he comes up. What's it? Alphonse? Alberto. He comes up behind him with the gun, and he's like, "Oh, look like the vultures are coming around, trying to scavenge what they can." And the Penguin, being the silver tongue that he is, and how he got to where he got to, he was able to kind of finagle that, spin that into
He's like, look, boss, look, I'm just here. I'm trying to find, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. You're the one in charge. You're the one rocking the crown.
That's it. So they end up getting into a whole conversation. Now, Alphonse, did I say his name right again?
Yeah.
Alphonse has an addiction. You got a quick brief of it saying that they said that he had he's a recovering alcoholic, but in actuality, he's actually recovering from the drops, which is the drug. He's a drop head, which is a drug in Gotham, which also the Falcones they manufacture and sell.
Right.
So he's saying, right, exactly. So the Penguin was like, "Hey, listen, I know you're not doing the drugs anymore, but that doesn't mean you can't drink, right?" So cracked a few bottles open. They sitting there drinking in the middle of conversation. And when we get into that, all of a sudden, boom, my man's popping drops in his eyes. And then he's talking about, hey, there has to be something better than this, right? There has to be more than just this. And then Alphonse tells the Penguin, Oz, about this new drug that's coming in, and he kind of, once it hits the market, exactly, it's going to be great. It's going to make him so much money and all this. It's going to be a great high. I don't even think he's really thinking about the money. I think he's thinking more of the high of everything. Yeah, the way he was talking. So he was telling him about it and everything like that, and then he told him about a ring that he had, which was from, help me out with the dude's name.
That was from Maroni, which was Maroni, who was the other mob boss in Gotham. That he'd say he took it off of Maroni, and then he wore it like kind of like a big FU to Maroni.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's talking about that. So then Oz started talking about another Rex. What was his name?
Yeah. So he starts telling a story about this gangster that he looked up to. How he was kind of like very much like a Robin Hood type gangster, John Gotti guy, where everyone loved him, and Alberto was like, "That's your dream," and started laughing at him for his dream. And you think our boy Oz gonna put up with that?
Oh no, not at all. He sat there, pulled the blicky out, and bop 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 bop,
without hesitation,
aerated him. And this is where I kind of got the like real Soprano look, because you've seen Soprano where Tony would will the hell. Is my thing messed up?
No, you're good.
Okay. Well, you had where Tony would do something very brash, and then he'll kind of be satisfied with himself, but then the realization sets in, like, oh man, I messed up.
Or like when Tommy was it Goodfellas? Yeah, where he shoots Michael Imperioli's character, where he shoots Spider. He's like, I'm a good shot. What am I gonna do? What did I tell you? I'm a good shot. Yeah. The guy was like, the guy made fun. He just killed him. It was very much like a scene like that.
Yeah, so we get that moment where he's very satisfied with the fact that he got the guy that was talking crap about him in his dream and everything like that in his childhood, pretty much. But then it settled in. He's like, oh, and kind of cut off on the F word. Yeah, and then we move on to the next bit. Excuse me. The next part of that was, jeez.
He drags him out. We see him dragging him out, and then he's dragging him out. He's like, "Screw this!" and he just tosses him down the stairs.
He just dumps him down the stairs, and he's bringing him out to his car. And while he's going out to the car, because we're in Gotham, we're in the slums. His car is getting jacked. Well, let me take that back. His wheels are about to get jacked. So, he pulls his gun out, starts shooting, shoots his own car. It's, not
Yep.
really, probably improved it a little bit. Shoots his own car, and
Speed
we
holes,
got
Rich,
one.
speed hole.
It's a speed for air ventilation.
Yeah.
We got Victor. We are introduced to Victor Aguilar. He's out of the band of kids that were there. I think it was like 4 or 5 of them. He's the one that actually stayed, or he had the gun on him.
Right.
And all the rest left, and he was pretty much like, "Oh, you want to steal my car?" This, and he was like, "Oh, all this crap is happening, whatever." So he was like, "Okay, well, you know what? You're going to help me out here." So he gets the body. They put it in the trunk. He's like, "You want to steal the car? All right, here, you can drive the car now."
Yeah.
So now he pretty much gets this kid to go along with his murder.
Right.
And he's now driving him around. Hold on, wait. He's driving around, and while he's driving around, he's looking at. He gets his license. He's thinking, "Oh, well, you pretty much came from the same neighborhood."
Just like Goodfellas. Yeah, he's like, we came from the same spot. Do they still have slush puppies on the corner of this spot? Slush puppies is the actual name. Like, remember slush puppies in school? We had it in our school.
Yeah,
it's a real brand. I'm surprised they use a real brand.
I'm sorry, you had slush puppies in your school?
Yeah.
Man, they hit things different wherever school you went to. In Spring Valley, we had no slush puppies. We talking about?
We did.
Right.
Yeah, we did.
Oh man, yeah. So he's driving this kid around. Well, the kid's driving him around, kind of getting into this conversation with being from the same neighborhood, and they get to the point where they get to where they're going to dump the body, right?
Right.
So it looks like a junkyard. They go to put the body in there, put the body in the trunk of an abandoned car, and he was like, "Oh, that's a nice sunrise behind you." So the kid knew.
Yeah,
like, this is about to be. It's like, turn around and go enjoy that. So he knew, and the kid had to talk his way. He's like, "Listen, I can do more." And the kid has a mean stutter, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, "Listen."
He hasn't stutter when he's about to get killed. When he's nervous, he starts to stutter. But then he talks clear sometimes too. The stutter is inconsistent coming from someone who stutters.
Yeah. So he talks his way into being proving that he could be more valuable in helping out. He's like, pretty much I'm already involved with everything that's going on here. And Oz is like, you know what? Okay, yeah. So at that point, he brings him to, what do you bring him to?
To his mother's house. So they take the train, and then they get to an old Volvo station wagon with rims on it, with dubs on it.
With some white walls, yes.
Some white walls. And he's like, "This is your car?" And he's like, "Just get in." And he takes him to, he's like, "Wait here." Now this coming up is my favorite scene of the whole show, because he goes to his mother, and it's very clear. He gives his mother the necklace that was given to him. And then he's like, "Mama, we're going to go on a trip." And they go, "Why are your pills in the bathtub?" And then the mother's like, "Because the boys were in the bathtub, they want to get out." And and it kind of lets us know that the mother is dealing with like early onset dementia, where she's still not, she's not all there. So then she's like, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Come on, we're gonna go. It's a special occasion." And the mother gets lucid and gets all this clarity, and she's like, "What did you do? Why are we running? What did you do?" And she gets up and she's poking him in his chest. "What did you do?"
Yeah.
And then he's like, "I shot Alberto Falcone." And then instead of her being like, "Oh my goodness, you killed the mobster," she's like, "Are you my little pussy boy? Or are you my strong bull of a son?" I was like, "Woo! She's the most gangster one. She's the most gangster one in this whole in Gotham."
Yeah.
She's about that life.
She's about that life. She gets in there and pretty much is like, you're doing good. You're making pretty much your own space in this world, and she's proud of him. She's proud of him.
She's like it wasn't impulse that killed him. It was instinct.
Right.
You were meant to kill him. He was a junkie. He was a pissant. You meant to kill him. I was like, she's so gangster. I was like, "Ooh, I love it. I love it."
Right. So we get that, and then they kind of leave. He kind of introduces Victor, because she sees Victor, and she's like, she starts screaming bloody murder, which naturally, it's like,
if there's a Puerto Rican in your house too, you're gonna scream.
Yeah, I was like, Puerto Rican. I thought he was Dominican.
Maybe.
Victor Aguilar. I mean, anyway. Anyway, so you see, it's so strange, man. So Oz has to sit there and explain to her, like, no, no, listen, this is gonna be your assistant, yeah, medical. So he's very handy. He's gonna be helping
He
you
has
out. He's gonna be
nurse-like
helping you out.
qualities.
Yeah, he has nurse-like qualities.
Right.
So he kind of smoothed that over, and this is where he gets the call. No, he takes him back to his place.
Yep.
Right. Oh, we're also missing the fact that he had to get an alibi for when he
Right. He
killed.
goes to the prostitute, tells the
Right.
prostitute, "I was with you all night." That's the alibi. Cool.
Right.
And we know from the previews that we're gonna see her again. And then
Right.
he goes to the drop factory, and he's talking to his people. Like, the drops were contaminated. We're trying to save the drops. And then someone gets stabbed in the stomach because they know Falcone's dead. So there's a power vacuum. So a bunch of the other gangs are pushing for territory. And then he gets a call from the families.
From the family, and they make their way up to the Falcone estate, and he goes there to talk to one of the. I guess he's taking care of everything. I don't see.
Yeah,
the
he's
dude's
one of the
name
head
there.
guys.
Yeah, Johnny.
Yeah.
So he's sitting there talking. He's sitting there talking to Johnny, and Johnny's telling him, "Hey, we're pretty much going to abandon the drops in Gotham. We're going to move it over to this other area because it's too hot."
Right.
And Oz is sitting there like, "Hey, listen, I got this new thing coming in. Let's get that going, and we could make a lot of money. It's like there's millions on the table." So while they're talking, Sophia, excuse me.
Yep.
She walks in, like, you kind of get a shot of her over his shoulder.
She's awesome.
She's pretty dope. So he gets up, and she kind of surprises here because she was in Arkham. if I'm not
She was
mistaken.
Arkham, yeah.
She was in Arkham, and he was like surprised that she's out because, for those that know, Arkham is a mental institution,
Right.
and the craziest of the crazies go there. So if you're in Arkham, you've done some things. So they're
Yep.
having a little conversation, saying, "Oh, she's pretty much like, I don't want to interrupt your, everything." Blah, blah, blah. So on his way out, she runs into him again, and was like, "Hey, listen, are you free? Can you eat? I know a place that we can go eat." So they go to a place, and she's eating like she's still in Arkham. Like,
Well,
she's
what's
over there.
cool about Sophia? So Sophia, if you read the sequel to Long Halloween,
Mm.
she which is Dark Victory, she's a murderer known as the Hangman. I think they mentioned it briefly, but she's a bad guy. She's a villain, and I hope she turns into the Hangman, because in Long Halloween, spoiler alert, Alberto he's the holiday killer. It's like this whole mystery thing. It's kind of what the Batman. It wasn't what the Batman was modeled after, but kind of like the tone was modeled after this storyline. So
Okay.
it's kind of cool that they take the aspect from this storyline and kind of incorporate it into this. So we know in the comics she's a murderer.
Right.
So I'm wondering if she's going to be the Hangman in this also, which is kind of interesting and cool.
All right. Didn't know that. I don't know much about the DC world. This is all Chris. This is all Chris's world right here. So I'm just kind of glancing in right now. So they have a conversation, and she was talking about how her father used to bring her here, and they would pay her, and he would pay her and her brother to keep the elbows off the table. And then Oz was like, he puts his elbows on the table. He's like, "Well, it's just pretty much you now. Like, he's not here. You can do what you want," type of thing. So he starts talking about the whole, the thing on the pipe coming down the pipeline and stuff like that. And actually, no, take that back. Sorry. She was talking about her brother, and was like, "I've been looking for him. I haven't seen him. He usually comes to see me every week. And I haven't seen him. He told me that great things were happening, and I won't have to worry about anything once these plans are in effect." And
Right. So the plans for the special drugs was between those two and those two only.
Right.
And then when Oz gets backed into a corner from the families, the thing he goes to is, "Hey, I got these new drugs coming in." And right away, Sophia's like, "How do you know? This is supposed to be my brother's nice thing." And she confronts him with it, and he's like, "No, no, no." This guy's quick on his feet. He's like, "Yo, I'm pissed off to hear about that too, because he told me that it was just supposed to be him and I. It was just supposed to be me and him, our thing. That was it." and yeah, Sophia's not buying it.
Yeah. She's not buying it, but she kind of just lets him go for the most part.
Right.
Before before they went on dinner, they were talking about his car real quick. It's like, oh, you got a new car or whatever. And he was like, oh, purple. And he was like, no, it's plum. Leather comes premium. He was very proud of this car.
Yep.
So pretty much Victor, right? That is the dude's name. Victor drops him off where he needs to go. He's like, hey, listen, keep your phone on. You're pretty much on payroll.
Yeah, he's like, he's like, go ahead.
He takes him back to his house. Excuse me. They drive back to his place, and then you kind of see his clubbed foot and everything like that. And also, first of all, his place is pretty dope. I don't know what it is, but he had like that vault door and those two metal doors going through his bedroom.
Old bank.
Yeah, but then what really skeeved me out is when my man took a drink of water from the sink, and that stuff was murky. I'm like, wait a second, they literally just had a flooding. Ain't no way I'd have been drinking that tap water.
You get some weird thing.
Yeah, but anyway, so you kind of see his foot and why he walks the way he walks, and a little bit like that. And yeah, and then he has the ring in his pocket because he still has the ring from Alfonso, and he puts it in his little whatever. And then that's pretty much where we leave it at that. Victor is on payroll. He tells him to just keep his phone on.
Yep.
And then, oh man, what happened? It's like a lot of.
So then he goes to see Maroni. So then he leaves. He goes to see Maroni.
Right.
And he gives Maroni. He says Maroni because he's like, "You look, Maroni. They're gonna shut me down. Like this is ours for the taking." And Maroni's not buying it. This is played by Mr. Krabs. What's his name? This guy does Mr. He's the guy who does the voice of Mr. Krabs.
Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown. He does the voice of Lex Luthor and Batman Superman the Animated Series.
Wait, he does Mr. Crab?
Yeah, it's Mr. Krabs.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I saw him at a panel at Comic-Con. Do you remember the show Carnival on HBO?
Yes.
He was the priest on Carnival, which was that show. If any show didn't deserve to get canceled, it was that show. That show was dope.
Yeah, I remember him in Starship Troopers as well. He was a drill instructor. Yeah.
He has like a real voice, like a lot of gravitas, and like he's cool. So anyway, so he gives Mr. Krabs the ring. It was like, this guy took the ring from you, and blah blah blah, and whatever. And he was humiliating you, and he pretty much told him to go kick rocks. I don't trust you. You're a snake, and that's it. Get out of here. He's like, all right. Then he goes to Victor. Is like, Victor, I need you to do this for me.
Hold on. Let's structure it. So he went in there. He went in there with the proposal for the drugs. He was like, listen, I could have this served up to you on a silver platter. Plus, he got this new thing coming in.
Right.
And yeah, then he was like, yo, go kick rocks. I don't believe you. Why should I trust you? This, that, and the third. That's when he stood up. He was about to walk out, but then he pulled the ring out.
Yep.
And he was like, oh, here's the ring, because he knew that. Oh, wait a second, Maroni had the ring.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sorry, Falcone had the ring, and so how did you get it? There's no way you could have gotten it, because he would.
Right, and I think that's what now he's putting two and two together. Like, right. How does this guy give me the ring to give back? He's like, I'll be back to talk to you. They got it.
Yeah,
which is kind of dope. So you see him starting to set up the pieces. He's planning himself out. He starts to set up the pieces for his takeover.
Right.
So then,
and you can kind of get a glimpse that this dude, he's not just some thug out there. Like with a silver tongue. Like he really puts things together.
Yeah, he's trying to run the city. So then he tells Victor, like, look, I need you to do this for me. This is it. And he gives the pep talk, like, me and you, we got, it's very, very much Tony Soprano, very, very much Goodfellas. Like, we got to take what's ours. We're not giving, these guys were born with it. We weren't. We're not supposed to be here, but we're going to be here because we got the balls to take it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Which kind of gets me. Speeches like that always get me amped up. I like that. I love that.
So it's good. So he's now driving back to his place, and when he pulls up, he sees Sophia's out there with her henchmen. Right. And they were like, oh, well, no one's home, this, that, and the third. And of course, because he has such a recognizable car,
the purple car.
sees the purple car. He speeds away because
Does he cap one of the
he was
dudes
fine.
first?
No. He just drives off.
Okay.
So they're kind of getting to this this speed. There's a kind of I'm not even say high speed chase, but the speed they're speeding through the city a little bit, and it's like downpouring right now. It's like a monsoon happening. So they're speeding through the city. They kind of get blocked off by a truck blocking the street, and there's like a FEMA support camp happening. So Oz gets out and leaves the door open to the Maserati, and the guys get out behind him. And they go look at the car, but they see the FEMA camp, so they made it seem like, okay, you got to be in the FEMA camp. So they go into the camp, and as they go away, you see the trunk pop open. He climbs out the trunk.
Yeah.
Right, and he goes back to get into the driver's seat, drive away. But one of the henchmen stayed back, and he comes up on him with the guns, tell him to get out. This, that, and the third. So they get into a little struggle, a scuffle. He ends up stabbing him with an air freshener. I think it was.
I don't know where he got that. He stabbed him.
He talked about that air freshener at the beginning. Like when he first got Victor to start driving around, he was talking about his air freshener, how good it smells.
Yeah.
He was very, very very fascinated with that air freshener.
Yeah.
But he stabbed him with his air freshener, and end up getting away. Oh, actually, no, take that back. He didn't end up getting away.
He stabbed the air freshener. The guy steps back. The guy gets hit by a school bus.
Yes, he gets hit, which was wild to me because I'm like, the street was blocked off by a truck. Why were they speeding so? Like, where were they going?
That school bus was falling.
It was moving. I'm like, the truck was literally right there. But anyway, so he thought he was safe. He ended up getting knocked out by the other henchmen. Ended up getting caught. They bring him back to the Falcone residence where Sophia was now interrogating him. He's like, listen, the only person that used to come and see me was my brother. He stopped showing up.
Yeah.
You were the last one that you were the last one that was at the iceberg where he was supposed to be at.
Right.
And the reason why we know, we got one
of Victor's boys.
Yeah, and then one of Victor's boys. And he was just sitting there like, no, wasn't me.
He's like, it wasn't me. And then he's like, go ahead, kill him then. And then Sophia's like, bam, shoots the dude in the head. And he's like, you know what? You're the kind of guy that will let anyone die. Just so you can have what you want. You'll say whatever you want. And then this is kind of gangster. So that the guy comes up with like a wire, puts it under his arm, and starts pulling it. And it's cutting into his arm. I'm like, yo.
That was pretty wild. So they were going through the old, interrogation. And as they were doing that, they hear motor revving in the back and then a crash. They go out there. And a car has crashed into the fountain in front of the house.
So weird, Kenny. Yep.
So stabbed with an air freshener. He smelled good while getting his artery cut.
Cap peeled.
Anyway. Yeah. So they go out there. They open the front door, and there's a brick. There's a brick on the gas pedal. And so they're like, okay. Look, she looks back. She sees the trunk kind of open. They open the trunk up. It's her brother Alfonso,
with payback scrawled into the lid of the trunk,
and his pinky finger cut,
where his finger is missing that had the ring on it.
Right. So what happened was, we come to find out that this pretty much saves Oz.
Yeah, he hears it and he starts laughing like he's chuckling like a name buckle.
So now we're here with Victor. We got Victor coming out of, I think it's called Buddy's, the little bodega that they were talking about before in their neighborhood, and they come out with what do they call that drink? A suicide or?
It's suicide where they mix the flavors in the slush puppies.
So now he's talking like, listen, you did good. I mean, it's not the way I would have done it. I told you how to do. You pretty much wanted him to just deliver the head and the finger
off. Yeah.
He was like, he started describing like, listen, I started to, I got to the trachea, and then there was the spine. He was like, okay. I said, all right, listen, we'll work on the details later. So they pretty much get into a whole speech of like, listen, we're gonna run this town. I'm gonna need you by my side. Like again, another speech that we had before, and we're gonna get everything that's ours. We're gonna take it, and that's what we cut out right there.
Yep.
And then we get some trailers for the next season. And
so it looks like there's gonna be a lot more explosions, a lot of shootouts. is going to come to a head with Sofia Falcone. I'm about look. This is stylized Sopranos, and I'm about this content. It's Sopranos without not bad. It's based in a world that's close to reality or far enough from reality where we can just have a ton of shootouts every episode, a ton of action, and not be like it's too much. I'm about this kind. I'm digging it. I think it's dope.
Even if it was, I mean, honestly, this is Gotham City, so there's really no such thing as too much shootouts. You know what I mean?
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Let's be for real. So they can have nothing but shootouts, and I'll believe that. Okay, no, it's Gotham. This 100% happens all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're pretty much, like I said, we're gonna get a Gotham Sopranos, and it so far it has started off with a bang, pretty much.
I mean, my wife loved it. I loved it. So it's good to have a show we can watch together. I'm about it.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Look at that. The mob stories bringing the family together.
Bringing the family together.
I love it. I love it. Well, I mean, we're not going to rate this thing, but you obviously you're coming back, right?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely coming back. And I'm coming back for real. Not a fake coming back like for Kite Man. I'm really coming back.
Wow, Kite Man is actually pretty entertaining. I don't know why you're hating on it.
I'm not hating Kite Man. I just never went back. I didn't think it was bad. I just never went back.
All right. Well, listen, I'm definitely coming back, and we'll probably do. Honestly, we really should be talking about it each week, but we probably do like I don't know, maybe a mid-season or a season finale.
Yeah, we'll probably do like a halfway through, and then we'll do the.
Yeah, I mean, because this is going to be good. So far, it's starting off strong. I feel it strong in my bones. This is going to be a good. This is going to be a good story.
I do too. It's good.
We will not be disappointed at all. All right. Well, that's cool. Listen, good show. Good
that's
talk.
It. I got some recommendations.
Get them recommendations. Do you need to call Sebastian?
Yeah, I muted myself and yelled.
All right. What you got? Any recommendations for us? What you got?
So we talked about how Gotham is dark and gritty. Here's some Batman stories that kind of fall into this dark and grittiness. They're the grittiest, some of the grittier Batman stories. Number one, in no particular order, stuff that you gotta check out. The Killing Joke. Where this is the one where he shoots Barbara Gordon and puts her in the wheelchair. It's gangster and dope. 2, you gotta check out Death of the Family.
All right.
So there's 2 of them. There's Death of the Family and Death in the Family. So both of them are on my list. Death in the Family is when he beats Jason Todd to death with a crowbar. Death of the Family is when we have the multiple Joker story, which is kind of cool. And then he cuts. That's when he cuts his face. That's when he cuts his face off and stretches his face across, which is pretty dope. Well, what else should we check? You guys should check out. Oh, Batman Venom, Legends of Dark Knight Venom. Batman gets addicted to drugs, and Alfred forces him to stay in the cave for a month for detox. So that's pretty dark, yeah. And then, there's a few others. There was the Black Mirror, which was it was all right. It's like a post-Final Crisis story, but it's a little bit complicated. And then there was the Batman Who Laughs. It's a one-shot. So they have the Dark Knight's Metal Universe, which I wasn't really digging. But it's a bunch of them show up and they have like a war for reality. So it's kind of cool. But those are some dark, gritty Batman stories if you're in the mood for dark and gritty.
All right. Yeah. What you got, Sebastian?
What you got, Sebastian?
So I got the coolest card ever.
Oh, what's that? Let's see that.
It's a GX. It's rare. 450.
Okay.
Ready?
Flip that joint over. It's a golden Charizard.
Oh, nice. That should probably run you some money, right?
Yeah, it's worth a couple bucks. What else you
got? Good. So you said, why don't you have a rainbow Charizard?
That's what Rich was saying. In fact,
you got a rainbow Charizard.
Rainbow Charizard.
Yeah, I was saying if you're gonna be cool, you gotta have it.
I got a golden energy.
Golden energy. All right.
Yeah, all his rare. Jack would be proud. Look at all his cards and holders.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I also have the book, but I'm kind of growing out of the book, the mini books,
Okay, all right.
because I don't have a lot of rares.
So he spent a lot of time this weekend organizing his cars. Organizing. Look at all the rares he has. Hold it up. These are all his holographic cards.
Oh, that's a fat stack. All right.
Yep. So he's been spending time, and he's taking great care of his cards.
That's good. That's very
Connie
good.
Alaska
Very
says
nice.
very pretty. Say thank you, Connie.
Thank you, Tommy.
Connie.
Connie. I can't see it.
And we
Yeah,
got
right.
C23. I hate Cliff. Look, this is what shows used to be about. C23.
Yeah, don't you remember when you guys had to wait for shows to come on?
You know, people got spoiled with all the streaming. You know,
Yep.
getting everything at once. Well, this is what keeps people coming back. When you get a good show and you can't wait for the next episode, that's when you know it's a good show and you can't wait.
But you know, Rich, I was telling this to Lawrence. Sometimes when you have to wait for the shows weekly, especially for us, because then we have to watch it. I feel like we get to take our time and not rush through it. You know.
No, when you
I
wait,
like
yeah.
Yeah. Pop Johnson says, "Nice to see two brothers keep the show going. We got something to look forward to, and all the chats with you nice people. You're my heart family. Oh, thanks to you and Chris,
Oh,
and I your
appreciate it.
sidekick name too. Yep, that's Sebastian. Pop, say what's up, Pop Johnson.
What's up, Pop Johnson?
And then what? Awesome. Connie said, "What an awesome collection. Nice.
Nice.
All right, guys, let's
Thank
take
you.
us out of here.
Yep. Listen, thank you for tuning in again.
Oh,
Oh, I
Wait,
guess,
let
I
Rich
guess we
finish.
just like, holy. Listen, thanks for checking us out. Like Pop Johnson said, we try to keep it going, even if it's just two of us, even if it's just one of us. We're gonna try to give you something each week. Like, comment, subscribe. We greatly appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next one. Same bat time.
same back chat.
Oh wait, hold on. C23 says, give some credit to that sidekick son. So he got credit. That's Sebastian.
He got credit.
Ready?
He's out here talking about he's a YouTuber. All right, he got all the
Yeah,
credit.
he's living the life.
And guess
Yeah.
what? They're so valuable. I have them double sleeved.
Got a
job.
double sleeved. Sometimes you gotta be double protected out here.
Sometimes you got to.
Gotta be double protected out here. All right. Catch y'all.
Let's get out of here before we